Y'all know what it is. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. And we're back having a relationship with a guard. Let's relive it. So now let me go ahead and make this clear for y'all. First time watchers or guys, girls never been locked up. When it comes to the guards that work inside the prisons and the jails, if you're going to base your opinion on somebody on how they look, it's not going to be a good opinion. Most of the female COs that I've seen that come through, a lot of them are alcoholics. They got beer bellies, or they're frail. They're like severely misshapen. You know what I mean? I've seen guards that had rotted teeth, receding hairlines, you name it. You can't even begin to imagine some of these women that come through these prisons. I used to feel like they only hired ugly women to try to keep the men from going at them. But some guys don't care. Some guys do not. I've seen women in there that were people's grandmas, and they be walking through, and dudes be like, damn, shawty, damn, she fat. Hey, what up, girl? You know what I mean? They trying to holler, and I'm like, man, that woman like 60-some years old. What is wrong with you? And part of the convict code to start off with is that we don't fuck with the police. We don't fuck with the guards. So it's already a no-no to just be all up in a guard's face all day. Dudes don't like that. And dudes get jealous. But every now and then, something comes through. And before they hire these guards, they do a walkthrough with them. And they're in their street clothes. And you'll be in your cell or something, and you hear the door open, you'll look out, and you'll see a sergeant come in, and they'll have like, you know, sometimes 10, 15 people with him that are in regular street clothes, and they're recruits. They're doing the walkthrough, letting them get a feel for what prison is, see inmates up close and personal. And in doing that, you get to see these females for what they really are outside of the uniform. And you get a chance to see who's about to hopefully get hired. Now, them getting hired, they might get put somewhere else in the prison. You may never see them again. But I'll never forget it, man. I hear the door pop one day, and I go look, just to, you know, because it's noise, to see what's going on. Are they coming in to shake somebody down? Are they taking somebody out? Are they just doing their rounds? What's going on? I look out, and I see the sergeant come in, and he's got a line of people with him. Some white, some black, male, female. And right out the gate, I spot the blonde hair. I'm looking across the pod, and you got dudes yelling from the door because everybody else has done spotted her. And they yelling, hey, girl. You got your serial masturbators who are hiding in the shadows of the doors, creep back, gunning. That's what we call it. Just watching the women walk around, getting their rocks off. And you got me. I'm just standing at the door, just watching these people walk through, right? And I'm looking at this blonde, and I'm like, damn, she's probably the prettiest prison guard I'd ever seen come through there. Name was Miss Porch. So they walk by the cell. She walks by. I look at her. She looks at me, and they're looking at everybody. I ain't nobody special. They're glimpsing in cells as they walk by. And the sergeant's telling them, you know, this is the type of stuff you look for. Guys do stuff like this, this. This is a no-no. You know, don't be scared. Look them in the eyes. Pay attention. Just the ropes. We'd fast forward a couple months. I didn't think nothing else about it. Wake up one morning. They call chow. I come out my cell, walking by the booth, and I look up in the booth, and there sits Miss Porch. You got to be kidding me. I've been locked up a long time. Ain't been with a woman. Ain't seen a whole lot of attractive women except on TV. Like, you got to be kidding me. It's about to be chaos in here. They done put this pretty rookie in the booth. So I don't really pay her no attention, man. But I always notice that when I'm sitting on the phone or something, or sitting out in the day room, I'll look up and I'll catch her looking at me. And this happens enough times now that I know I'm not just being a weirdo. I know I'm not tripping. Like, I catch her looking at me, and when I look up, she'll smile and turn her head, kind of like a fifth grader would. You know what I mean? Like flirt type looks. Like, do you see me looking at you? And then turn her head. So we're leaving out one day, and as we're going to chow, she bangs on the window, and I stop, and she was like, "You're Williams, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm Williams. You know who I am, man. You got my cell number. You see what cell I coming in and out of." She was like, "Oh, I was just double checking." She was making small talk. So we come back in. We go to chow. We come back in. I go to the booth. I tell her, "Pop, cell 20." She smiles at me. I pop the booth. I don't know what made me do it, but one night I'm just bored, man. There ain't a lot of people up. Like I said, you got to be careful going to that booth hanging out like that. You got guys that need to get things, guys that ain't feeling you up there talking to the guard, guys that are jealous that she's talking to you, dudes who will drop a note on you and tell on you or try to get you put on an investigation, try to get her gone, dudes will try to fight with you. It's a whole bunch of, just dumb shit that comes with trying to holler at a guard. Not to mention, she's probably got 25 dudes have already tried to holler. So I go up to the booth one night and just out of nowhere, I'm like, "Why did you take this job?" And she was like, "Excuse me?" And I'm like, "Why did you take this job?" She was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You're way too pretty to be working here. You could be working somewhere else. Why would you come to a place where, you got to deal with this craziness all day?" You know what I mean? Dudes gunning you from the shower and, pulling the dicks out. And why did you take this job? Well, she's like, "Well, I don't live far from here. And, Emporia, Virginia doesn't have a lot to offer. It's good benefits. It's literally like 20 minutes from my house. So I took the job." I said, "Well, I'm glad you took the job." She looks at me, smiles, and says, "Well, I'm glad I took it too." So I try to push it off, man. I go to my cell and I tell my cellmate, he's like, "Man, you tripping, man. You better leave that woman alone." I don't leave it alone. Every now and then, and this is like every few days, I'll go up there and I'll just say something. Stand there, kick it with her for 5 minutes. I'm not trying to draw a lot of attention on myself. I don't want a lot of people looking, to where dudes understand, like, "Damn, he's trying to holler." But that's exactly what I'm doing, you know what I mean? So we get to kicking it. She's asking me what I'm in there for. And I'm standing there now, and she's in the control booth. And I'm telling her I got a robbery, a malicious wounding. It's my second time down. Young, dumb shit. I said, "Look, I done been down now." I think I was like 30 at the time. So I've been down now over 5 years. Shit, I'm glad you're here. You know what I mean? She was like, "Yeah, for real?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're fine. Like, I don't get to see nobody like that." She's like, "Plus, it's good to talk to a female. You got a girl in the real world." I'm like, "Nah, I don't got no girl. Like, I don't, I'm not going to stress over no woman." She's like, "Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up." So we just make that small talk, that talk that, with time spent and, talking, you get to know each other better. I find out about her home life, her kids, and, I'm really feeling what's going on, man. I'm feeling myself. By now, it's come to other dudes' attentions that, like, I'm kicking it. You know what I mean? She'll be doing, when she's not in the booth, she'll be doing rounds in the pod, and she'll do little stuff like walk by my cell and drop a note in. "Seen you doing push-ups on the yard today. You look good with no shirt on. Blah, blah, blah." I'll walk by the booth, drop a note in. "I like the way you did your hair. Your makeup looks good. Them jeans sitting tight on that ass." Just little stuff, flirting, man, like teenagers, you know what I mean? So with me being the maintenance man, and I've told you before I had this job working maintenance, I could get out of my cell anytime anything went wrong. When everybody else was locked down, they're coming to get me. I'm good with my hands. I turn them wrenches. I'm good with electrical. I can fix things. So she started plotting, and this is probably 2 months into us talking. She was like, "I'm gonna have to pull you out the cell one night and say we got something going on upstairs in the laundry area and that the light's messed up. It keeps flickering or something." I said, "Yeah, why you gonna do that?" She was like, "So we can get some one-on-one time, just talk." Mind you now, I'm like all types of messed up in the head by this, man. I ain't had no women show no attention to me. So the thought of like me and her being alone, you already know what's going through my head. I mean, it's everything but talking. So I'm like, "Yeah, you need to do that. You need to do that." So we bid on it, talk about it, plot on it. And she said, "Look, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I just got to do it on the right shift because, I've got to get somebody else to come in the booth while I come out. And I got to make sure they're cool enough that they ain't focused on what I'm doing and that the sergeant's not in the building and walking around because I don't want to get you in trouble or get me in trouble." I said, "Yeah, I can dig it, man. We just, make it happen. We'll keep it like it is for now." Man, things never go the way you see them going in your head in these type of situations. They just don't. I had planned for what I was going to say, what we was going to do, how it was going to go down, the whole bang bang, all that, right? So I look up in the booth one night and she's not in the booth. I'm like, damn, what the hell Miss Portia at? She's supposed to be in the booth. She was in there an hour ago. And then I see another officer come by and do rounds. So I know that something's happened. Like, why is she ain't in the booth? And if she's not in the booth, she should be on the floor. But they got another officer filling her slot. They come to my cell maybe 2 hours after this. Williams, come to the door, lights on, feet on the floor. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I turn the light on, get off the bunk, stand up in my boxers. I'm like, what's up? Come to the door. I'm like, what's up? Turn around so you can be cuffed. I said, be cuffed for what, huh? He was like, turn around so you can be cuffed. I said, man, this is some bullshit. I turn around, they handcuff me. They come in and they start packing all my stuff up, putting all my stuff in clear bags. They're taking me to the hole. I said, yo, what am I going to the hole for? Under investigation. Well, when you go to the hole for under investigation, you don't get told what you're going to the hole for. You find out once you get to the hole. They take me up to the sergeant's office, got me sitting in the sergeant's office, and I look over and it's this other dude sitting across in the other office in handcuffs. I said, man, what the fuck is going on here? So I'm trying to holler homeboy. I'm like, yo, what they locked you up for? He's like, I don't know, man, investigation. So I'm like, damn. Maybe somebody told him that I've been spending too much time at the booth. Maybe somebody seen him drop the note. Maybe somebody overheard something she said. None of the above. I get to the hole. Investigators come back, pull me out, put me in handcuffs, take me to the little area to, talk to me and stuff. And they asked me, first thing they asked me is, where's the cell phone? A cell phone. I don't have a cell phone. You got a cell phone. Where's the cell phone? I said, man, I don't have no fucking cell phone. What are you talking about? Come to find out, man, Miss Porsche had been hollering at this other dude in the other pod, on the other side of the control booth. I didn't know nothing about. Didn't know she had been hollering at. Should have known I wasn't the only one she was hollering at. But I, trying to think I'm the man, thinking I'm special or something. I didn't see this coming. This dude, man, that she was hollering at on the other side had a phone. And I used to remember I'd be looking up at the control booth for my door at night, and Miss Porch would be on the phone inside the control booth. This dummy was calling her at the prison from a cell phone in his cell. He was calling up to the prison saying, I need y'all to put me through to such and such, Miss Porch. This is her family member. Those phone calls were recorded. The investigators caught on through listening and realized she's talking to another inmate. There's an inmate in here with a phone that's having relations with this woman, that's messing with this woman. So they start running the tapes back, seeing who she talks to the most. They see me and dude. They can't find no notes because I rip up all them Jones and throw them in the trash, flush them down the toilet, get them gone immediately because I'm not stupid. Dude has done got us jammed up because he's calling the prison, talking to Miss Porch while she's in the control booth from his cell phone that he ain't supposed to have while she's on the prison phone. After they interviewed us, did their interrogation or whatever you want to call it, they realized real quick whose voice they had on the recordings, and it wasn't mine. They ended up releasing me, sending me back to population. I don't know if they found the phone dude had. I'm guessing not. He was a seasoned vet. He was a convict. So I don't think he let him catch the phone up. I don't know what happened to him, but I know what happened to Miss Porsche. Her ass got fired. Her husband found out she was cheating inside the prison. And that's the end of my penitentiary love story, man. Damn, how did these things happen? Anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed the story, man. It's a penitentiary love story. Y'all know what this is. Jay Williams, Let's Live Life. To all my real ones and awesome real ones watching. Salute.